A couple days ago, Charlie Kirk was shot in the neck while he was giving a debate in front of a whole college campus. Now, I've gotten shit from people saying that I am not sympathetic enough to Charlie Kirk, and I've frankly gotten more shit from people saying I'm too sympathetic to Charlie Kirk. And I don't really show any sympathy to Charlie Kirk, I just kind of rain on people's parade about the situation by reminding them that, you know that very gruesome video of Charlie Kirk getting shot? Yeah, his kids were right there, like his literal toddler children, and then because their mom was out of state, they had to be alone with, like, police and stuff. God, like, what, 12, 14 hours till they got reunited with their mom? That is the part of it that me mentioning it kind of got people upset. So I guess I just don't have the right position to make either popular bandwagony side of this issue happy. But what I will not tolerate is the attempt to frame this as the left's fault, or the attempt to try and recreate the Antifa panic of a few years back by claiming that this is part of the left's propensity for violence that does not find itself represented in any data whatsoever. If you look at any of the data, the right are in fact the number one most likely to commit violence political group. And with that in mind, why is it that conservatives and normies and centrists keep on claiming it's the left that are more violent? It's because the right is way better at basically signal boosting these stories and making it into something that pollutes people's minds and matters more to them than any data trend ever could. And that is why we've got dumb, overconfident, highly platformed individuals such as XQC and Asmongold, the two largest streamers, period, coming out to say that this is the left's fault and the left has a problem. Let's start by watching a quick segment from Asmongold's video and see what kind of statements he has to make about this situation. Correct me if I'm wrong, he's currently on a sabbatical from streaming, so he basically came back to make this video despite being away from streaming for now. So I'll just say the clips I've seen of this video have not been the best. Like, yeah, he takes a relatively reasonable position, but he seems to really want to try and throw the blame onto the left, though much less so than XQC, who we'll get into in a moment. Let's get into it.
Hi guys, it's me again, and today we're going to look at some of the interesting users on, you would never believe it, Blue Sky. That's right. And I don't know how this keeps happening, but yesterday, after Charlie Kirk was brutally murdered, he was shot in the throat, bled out on stage in front of everybody, including his own family and his children. The number of people in the games industry who decided to go on to social media, particularly Blue Sky. A lot of these people, you have to understand that many of these people have already been run off of Twitter because there's a level of discourse and negativity that they can't really deal with. So the only place...
Well, to be clear, by the way, a lot of the people on Blue Sky have been run off of Twitter because they're, like, minorities. And right now, Twitter ain't a very friendly place to be a minority. Like, there's one thing, there's, like, expressing your political values and then getting pushback because it's a platform with, like, you know, some level of dissenting belief. That's one thing. But the platform literally being hostile against you for your identity and doesn't have any, like, safeguards for, like, banning people that attack you on the basis of your identity. I mean, yeah, I guess they've been run off, but okay.
That they can really exist is on effectively a reservation like Blue Sky, where their opinions are protected and they're allowed to be vitriolic and nobody's allowed to tell them that they're wrong. Well, that's why we're making this video. We're going to be looking at some of the different people that, after the death of Charlie Kirk, decided...
And of course, we're sourcing Grums for this, the most honest and worth supporting political figure out there.
To, and I'm not really going to be going through, everybody is going to draw the line at a different place. Here's where I draw the line. I personally have a big problem with people that are celebrating him being killed. I don't have a big deal if somebody says I don't like him or I never liked him or something like that. But for the people that are celebrating for him being killed, advocating for future violence, and saying that it's a good thing, I think that's what crosses the line for me. And I think that's what crosses the line for any reasonable, normal person.
Does it really, though? Like, let's be real. Does it really? Because, like, I get it, okay? I didn't like Charlie Kirk, and even I, at times, have rained on the parade of people celebrating this, because it's like, guys, come on. Like, his kids watched that shit. They were there. You know, like I've definitely rained on the parade a fair amount, but like, are we really going to pretend like everybody is as morally concerned about this as they're pretending to be? Like, particularly Asmongold. Like, it is very clearly people are mad because they liked Charlie Kirk. If they didn't like Charlie Kirk as much as the left doesn't like Charlie Kirk, they'd be celebrating just as much, and they wouldn't be calling the left evil for celebrating it either. We all remember what happened to that CEO and how many people all came out to say, Luigi is great. Hold on, let's actually see. Did Asmongold ever make a Luigi Mangione video? Surely he did, right? Asmongold, Luigi Mangione. I'm really curious. Did he ever talk about it? I guess he hasn't. I don't see anything here from when he's talked about... Wait, it autofilled Asmongold Stinky. Okay. Great. Let's see. CEO Killer's manifesto is crazy. What do you say here?
No shot. They're using this as the thumbnail on the Fox News channel with 12 million subscribers.
Luigi Mangione alleged manifesto. To the feds, I'll keep this short because I do respect what you do for our country. To save you a lengthy investment, it had to be done. The problem...
All right, buckle up. We begin with a Fox News alert. The suspect in the killing of the United Healthcare CEO, Brian Thompson, has been charged after being arrested Monday at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Right now, he's being held at a jail in Huntingdon, Pennsylvania.
Yep. Alexis McAdams has been covering the case all week long from the time of the shooting, actually within the hour. Alexis is now joining us here.
The chat's definitely not taking this very, The chat's definitely not taking this very seriously. Not in the same way they did the Charlie Kirk shooting.
Alexis, bit of a surprise that we found him in Altoona.
That's right. And it came in from a 911 call from a worker of that McDonald's. So that
I'm realizing now that Asmongold, like, doesn't actually talk. Hold on. Do we get a clip of him where he's actually giving a take?
People would always smoke weed at the McDonald's near me, and they would not.
when off as pictures in Pennsylvania. So this in Pennsylvania.
I want to know how he talks about
like
this situation.
Manager anymore.
And questioned the
He's laughing a
26-year-old
lot.
who they
That's
say started
interesting.
New York City, Tuna.
Yeah, policing. I can't.
What the worker did at McDonald's.
Yeah, not a surprise. What the fuck was that? I don't know. He rigged it? You think so?
Including second-degree murder in New York in possession of a loaded gun, a gun they believe he printed on a 3D printer. Mangione had.
Oh yeah. This is going to be really common. Is that all the gun control and everything doing that's going to mean nothing because people are just going to be able to 3D print guns. Yeah, gun control is just—it's not going to happen, and they're going to be able to do this all around the world too. By the way, so like, that's it. That too.
Handwritten note that talking. Scam also inside was a weapon.
He's right. It is a big scam.
The Ivy League.
Damn, so here's him just going on about how, okay, listen, I don't agree with the shooter, but he's right, the health, like, okay, so he's very clearly just on whatever bandwagon the internet is on. He doesn't actually in any way feel bad for Charlie Kirk, very clearly. He felt no sympathy whatsoever for the CEO that Luigi Mangione shot. He low-key farmed and celebrated Luigi Mangione. He never said the quiet part out loud, but his chat says it all, right? So he clearly did not give a fuck about this politically motivated murder. And it was a murder, it was an assassination, very comparable situation. And here we've got how dare people be celebrating this? Bro, your chat was part of the people celebrating the last big killing that was in the news. Did we all forget? These figures all came out to make jokes about Luigi Mangione's assassination. And then on top of that, don't forget how many of these people virtue signaling about this all made memes the night it came out that a guy tried to murder Paul and Nancy Pelosi. They all made memes and jokes about it. Some of them even being elected Republicans who are now threatening to arrest anyone posting jokes about it on social media now. That is not an exaggeration, by the way.
And so anyway, we're going to go through a number of people. And the first thing I wanted to start out with today is that maybe you guys remember this from the beginning of the year. It was a big content year, I would say that. And people might have forgotten, but there is a person who decided to advocate for killing your local MAGA. This was a Blizzard employee. And I want to say that after the video that I made on him and a lot of other people made on him, this person lost their job and effectively has ruined their life. And I want nothing more than for the exact same thing to happen to the people in this video too.
He has actually successfully gotten a few of the people he showcases here fired. I believe including a friend of mine who worked at a game studio and made a joke about Charlie Kirk getting killed. Now they've been fired. Which, you know, this is just... The right hates cancel culture, guys. Remember all that about how, like, cancel culture has to be stopped? Like, getting people fired from their jobs for posting things online is unacceptable? Well, the second you do absolutely anything that makes the right sad, apparently all bars held, it's time to... Or no holds barred, it's time to start getting people fired from their jobs.
So I hope that after you guys see these individuals and you see what they're advocating for, you'll be able to go out and tell their employer, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm not comfortable funding a video game that is employing people that are advocating for the brutal murder of a person in front of their family. And it's absolutely insane, but it's also not surprising. And so anyway, we're going to go through some of these. Obviously, you know, I put out a post about this before. This
is so fucking cheap and cringe, dude. Like, encouraging his fans to go mass report people to their employers to get them fired for what they say on social media. After a decade of bitching about leftists getting Nazis fired. So, Nazis, believing that Jews should all be exterminated. No. Calling those people's employers and getting them fired, unacceptable. Unacceptable. But if you make a joke about an assassination, you don't deserve to be able to live. You know, you deserve to be rotting on the street homeless, according to Asmongold and your average, like, normie, centrist political streamers. And then, of course, we've got the attempts by these absolute numbskulls to try and frame this as the left being the ultimate right-wing, the ultimate political violence perpetuators, when it is objectively not true. Before we get to this next clip, I want to ask you guys, if you're enjoying the videos so far, to leave a like and a comment. It really does help a lot, especially in this algorithm that is choked out by conservative creators that are just flooding everything. So if you hit that like button and comment who up Xandoing their haul, it really helps a lot. But let's get back into it. I've got a clip here of a debate that Destiny and XQC did. And they basically debated on whether or not the right or the left are more violent. Destiny correctly arguing the right is more violent, and brings out a collage of responses from the right and left on the issue, and on the Nancy Pelosi, Paul Pelosi thing, if I remember right. And XQC has the response that I think indicates how brain-rotted people have gotten by right-wing propaganda in this era. And it genuinely left me depressed after watching this clip. You guys, you need to see this. I know many of you don't like Destiny. Try to look past that. Just pretend you don't know who that guy is. Watch this.
Now they condemn the one that actually fires the gun. That is the problem.
That's not the problem, though. You think it's a problem, but it's not. Every large media outlet and lawmaker on the left has unequivocally called it out as bad. Every person on the right is calling for fucking war and vengeance.
Oh my, see, that's the utopia pill. I feel like you have, this is like...
What's the utopia pill? What's the utopia pill? What do you mean by that?
It's the leftist, dumb fuck, colored glasses. The left is calling this out. No, they have not. Bro, the way that they portray these things that happen...
Click this and show your stream. Click this and show your stream, and then you can find counterexamples. I got nothing else to do tonight. Go ahead. Click this, show your stream, and let's just walk through both pictures. And then you can do all the counterexamples you want, okay?
Yeah, I'm looking at your picture. What about it?
Left. Click the left one.
I gotta say, this right here, you would think any reasonable person, with what we're about to see here, this collage, should get the point across to any reasonable person. But you are about to see... Okay, guys. Do y'all remember... the movie They Live, The one where, you know, if you wear the magical glasses, it allows you to see the true alien, monstrous form of, you know, the people controlling society. Like, Destiny is trying to get XQC to put on the glasses right now, and XQC is getting in a fist fight with him over it. Like, that's what we're watching right now. Like, remember that scene right now, and then watch this clip.
On the top left, we've got former President Barack Obama. We've got former President Joe Biden. We've got huge international mainstream media figure Mehdi Hassan. Bottom left, alternative left-wing media figure Cenk Uygur. We've got hopeful presidential candidate, current Senator Bernie Sanders. We've got Mamdani from New York City. We've got California Governor Gavin Newsom. We've got David Hogg, who's a DNC chair. We've got a representative, Pramila Jayapal, I can't pronounce her name. Huge center-left media figure Brian Tyler Cohen. Center-left media figure David Pakman, some of the largest people on the left wing on YouTube. We've got Crystal Ball. We've got Brian Krasenstein, huge fucking, Twitter lord, Hutch, fellow Twitch streamer for you. Okay, go to the next fucking picture. What do we have from these people? These are some of the biggest right-wing accounts. You think that this is comparable? You think that both sides are doing the same thing?
Many of these people are in our government.
On the Daily Wire, we can go through Matt Walsh's response, where he says the time for playing nice is over. We can go through Ben Shapiro's response.
What you did, what you did unironically, you sat there at your computer, and you linked me this shit that compares Barack Obama to the libs of TikTok. I have had enough with your stupid dog
Who is
shit.
the video? Who is the guy?
I can't do it.
Who is the guy? Who is the guy in the top middle? Who is that guy? What's that video of? Who is that?
Trump, the president.
Did he walk away? We can wait. Oh, I can just play this for his chat next, actually. Hold on. How do I route this into my microphone?
He literally leaves. He rage quits out because he gets confronted with the fact that every prominent Democrat, from like your like off-brand like online media figures with like a few 100,000 subs, to several the past presidents and the last presidential hopeful, and like everybody in between, all denouncing this and calling it a horrific tragedy. And then you've got all these conservative pundits, including the president of the country, coming out to say that this is war, and that they want war for this. They want blood, before we even know the political opinions of the person who did this. So we've got Asmongold coming out to rally his fans into a mass reporting spree, a mass snitching spree, which is insane, because isn't he currently, what's so wild about it is that, from my understanding, his based as fuck dad, and yes, I'm an ex-Asmongold fan, I've watched his stream a lot, his dad's based and fucking awesome, okay? But apparently he's kind of sick right now. He might be towards the end of his life, so Asmongold is taking time off stream to take care of him, which is what any good person would do, absolutely admirable for him. But it's wild to me that he's taking care of his dad right now, who's based as fuck, by the way, and who I believe said to him when he wanted to take a criminal justice class as a kid, "We're not those people. We're the other guys." Meanwhile, he's making a video encouraging his fans to become the snitch brigade, the cancel culture baby bitch snitch brigade, and go and report people to their employers to get them fired. I believe one of their victims, in fact, was a friend of mine who worked at the game studio Bethesda and posted this. Feel like here's a I got tagged in it and says, "Feel like covering a story about a game studio that specializes in Nazi shooting games, firing a developer, me, for expressing relief about a recently shot Nazi. It's me, ask me anything." I said, "Jesus, that's horrible. I saw it. Conservatives are mass reporting and trying to get fired anyone they see even joking about it. It gets even better, my dude. This was over a message on Slack that wasn't even visible to the public. Drop me a line on Discord once you've had time to wake up and shit. The whole thing is so absurd that I can't help but find it a bit hilarious." This is fucking crazy to me, dude. Listen, to be fair, you got to be careful what you say when you're part of a big company and everything. And yes, the Nazi killing in the Wolfenstein games is fictional, but it definitely is pretty cringe for a company to make a branding like run, or sorry, an advertising run, make Nazis afraid again, I believe was their or make America Nazi free again was their like advertising run for their 2017 release of the new Colossus. And like they fire an employee that celebrates I'd say Charlie Kirk qualifies as a Nazi, but yeah, like it's pretty fucking wild what these conservatives are out here doing to people. Now, that might not have even had anything to do with their, like, initiative they're out on. They're just finding anyone they can, and there are going to be many more people who, just for making a joke, are going to get themselves fired from their jobs, because conservatives are out here snitching. They are out here snitching, big time. So watch what you say online. You might lose your job over it. Anyway, folks, if you enjoyed this segment, if you found it entertaining, educational, or enjoyable in any way, then please consider leaving a like and a comment down below. Even if it's just who up Xandering they haul, likes and comments really do a lot to boost the channel and the algorithm, so please consider it. I'd really appreciate it. And maybe subscribe and ring the bell icon to turn on all notifications so YouTube might tell you when I go live or upload new videos in the future. On top of that, you can follow my social medias linked down below, particularly my fan Discord. We'll be doing a watch party in there tonight after stream, in fact. So, and we do that every Friday, every week, so make sure to join. You won't regret it. Link down below. And finally, if you want to support me directly, financially, help me keep the lights on and a roof above my head here at the Xander Hall studio, then please consider donating, subscribing, or gifting a sub on my website, xanderhall.com/live, or support me through YouTube, Twitch, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, Patreon, or buy some custom Xander Hall merchandise through the Streamlabs link down below. Regardless of how you support me, though, thank you all so much for watching, as always, and have a good one.